Hello, second grade artists. This is Miss Thompson from Cordy Elementary, and today I'll be talking to you about still lifes from observation. Now, many of you have done still lifes before in kindergarten or first grade, and you know that they are all about drawing an object that sits still on a table. So, a family member or a cat probably can't be part of your still life, but by the end of today, you'll still be able to create your own still life from observation, which means looking closely with at least one geometric form. Before we dig into what a geometric form is, please take a look at student artists use their hands, minds, and hearts. There's a link down there, and that is great background information on how to keep your studio area clean and productive, and how to think like an artist and have good artist habits. Let's warm up. Google the forms cylinder, cube, sphere, and cone. Point out which one goes with the picture on the top right. Then see how many of those forms you can find in your home. You'd be surprised by what you can find in the recycling. Paper towel tubes, water bottles, boxes. Check with an adult before you actually collect anything. Do they look exactly like the forms you Googled? For our activities today, you'll need paper. It can be white lined, even newspaper or the back of an envelope will work. You'll need something to draw with. It could be a marker, crayon, pencil. You could even use chalk outside. You'll also need an object that looks like a sphere, cube, cylinder, or cone. It could be recycled or found at home, and it doesn't have to be perfect. You might notice that my little box there is not a perfect cube. You'll also need a clean workspace with plenty of light. Our first activity is a little bit of a game. I want you to turn away from your computer and try drawing a geometric form without peeking. You might see how I drew a cylinder in box 1. Try to draw a sphere or a cube without peeking. Then look at one of the objects you found and try to copy it by drawing the outlines you see. And then you can color it in and shade. There will be more about that on the next slide. But take a look at box number 2. I realized that the box I had was kind of like a long skinny cube. So I practiced drawing a cube, which was kind of like an open book where you can see the front and back cover with a diamond on top. So try to think of how the shapes are related to each other. And then the third activity you can try is use some old junk mail or newspaper and try to create a geometric form out of it. If you want it to be something that you keep, use some tape or string if you have it, and then that way it'll be more permanent. But that's totally optional, and if you don't have those things, don't worry about it. So whenever you're doing observational drawing, look carefully at your object. Ask yourself what you notice, what stands out to you. Then draw the lines and shapes you see. Shade darker where you see more shadows. Don't worry about making a perfect form. You might notice my pasta sauce jar is not a perfect cylinder, and that's okay. I just drew the outline and I noticed some darker spots at the lid and the bottom and around the rim. And so just draw what you see and do your best. Then check yourself. Were these activities easy, just right, or hard for you? If they were easy or just right, ask yourself how you can challenge yourself to go a little bit farther. And if they were hard, ask yourself what you can do to practice more so you feel more comfortable with them. Then take a look at our online practice. If you go to Artsonia, you can see some still lives that other students did. Tell a family member what you think was done well. And then if you go to Art for Kids Hub, you can learn how to draw lemonade with this step-by-step project. As extra practice, go outside and draw a plant or find an outfit in your closet to draw. I hope you had a great time drawing still lives with me today and that you learned a little bit about geometric forms too.